Good morning. A lot has been happening here in the city, and we'll start over at Burnham's Field. On Wednesday morning, a woman's body was found at Burnham's Field. The police discovered the woman, who's described at first to be a white female, possibly in her late 50s to early 60s, on the track by Burnham's Field, or on the field. It was later discovered that her name was Michelle Patillo. She was 59 years old, and she's from Gloucester, Massachusetts. No other details were divulged at this time. The police are saying that there is no immediate signs of trauma, and they're not suspecting foul play in the incident. So this story is still ongoing as they continue to figure out what might have happened and what could have happened in the situation, as they discovered her body quite early in the morning. But as of right now, that's all that we have here at the Gloucester Daily Times on this account.
Taylor, can I just ask you, how long did they think that she had been there when she was discovered? Do you have a sense?
Weren't able to disclose that information. I could only assume that it couldn't have been more than a day, because people obviously, but whether she had gone out at late at night or in the early morning is still undetermined at this time, or at least they haven't divulged that information to us. So.
Okay.
And it is a high traffic area. I don't know if there were witnesses or other people around at that time, but it is a high volume area over there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But it was very early. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Is that?
Yeah, 6:46 a.m. is when the police arrived on the scene. So who discovered the body has yet to be released as well. So there's, I think, a lot of question marks for the community. But as of right now, there's no foul play and no immediate signs of trauma. So.
And do we know if she lived in the immediate area or not?
They just said that she's from Gloucester. So that's all that we know. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, keep us posted with that, Taylor. And now let's talk about the new YMCA over at Gloucester Crossing.
Yeah, so Gloucester Crossing has had a ton of development over the course of the past couple of years. And I know everyone's been kind of eagerly awaiting to see what the new Y will look like as they move from Middle Street over to Schoolhouse Road, right next to the Market Basket, the new Halyard apartment complexes, all the different new stores over in that area. And so, I mean, if you go to Gloucester Crossing right now, as Paul Bilodeau and I did the other day, it looks ready. The only thing that it's missing is people working out. It is, they're putting the finishing decals on the wall. There's a beautiful mural by the pool. The pool is filled with water. They have a cafe, Breakwater Roasters, that we know that's also in downtown, is also going to be having a location there as well. And so all of this hubbaloo and excitement that's happening is all scheduled to really be presented to the public on April 5th. That's kind of their opening day. All their programming will be ready and set for the public to enjoy and to lift some weights, do some laps, and enjoy an espresso while they're at it. So.
I read in your article, which was so nicely done, that the manager he loved seeing the looks on people's faces when they walked in the door and experienced the whole thing, right? That was,
yeah. And
he could read how wonderful it is.
Right. And that was a great thing. I was writing down what he was saying during the time of the interview, and we were walking around, and he said that. And as he said that, someone walked into the place and was just like, wow, it was very cool, because it was very honest and very is a great example of what he's talking about, and it is cool because I think that the Y has really tried to focus on this community aspect, right? We know Tim Flaherty, executive director of the Cape Ann Y, is a huge community man. He's so community oriented, whether it's here or in Beverly, and so to see him so excited about this place opening up and to really try to emphasize the history and the culture of Gloucester within the Y has been really cool to have that conversation with him as this is being built, right? Whether it's the mural by the pool, there's a hallway that's going to be dedicated to highlighting different artists. It's going to be a rolling exhibit throughout the Y, but then also just the structure of the building. It's very like a ship, and it's the outside has almost like a sail-like feature or like a mast, but then when you walk in, the lights are tilted a certain way to replicate the wind blowing, and they have sails, and they're going to have a boat replica and a couple other things, and so it's cool. And there's so many windows to just kind of harness that natural light, so it's been cool. And I think that they probably had a lot of fun in their meetings to discuss how to build the Y, because it is much brighter than the Middle Street location is right now. Although I know a lot of people have a lot of great memories and have accomplished a lot in that gym. I know they're all eager to move locations rather soon.
So I do have a really important question. Can you get a cup of coffee there without going swimming or working out or any of those things?
Oh, that's a great question. He did mention something about it, and I don't want to say it if it's
Okay,
not
all right.
true.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, so but I think maybe, but what I would say is that to highlight the point that Tim told me is that they do have an app for the Breakwater Roasters. So what you can do is you can be working out upstairs, and then you'd be like, I want to work out for 30 more minutes, and my reward for myself is going to be getting a cappuccino or getting a smoothie, and so you can order ahead of time what time you want to pick up your drink, and then you can walk downstairs and pick it up, which I think is pretty cool. And
so 21st century.
Maybe a little dangerous for us who are coffee lovers or coffee addicts, but it's a really cool way to really, like you said, dive into the 21st century, because we didn't have these, or you guys didn't have these way back in the day. So
And the other big difference, of course, is 300 parking spots, which is about 300 more than what they had on Middle Street.
Yeah, and veteran-specific parking spots as well. They're really trying to, emphasize honoring those who serve for our country as well. So, not only the parking spots, but also, those parking spots dedicated to other people as well. So
excellent. Nice.
Cool stuff. Great work as always, Taylor. We'll see you next week.
Awesome. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.